Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Tuesday evening, and this evening the UK National Security Strategy has dropped. And the headlines coming out on the TV, etc., are that the government is telling us to be prepared for war or conflict on our own shores. So hopefully I've got a link to the document there. It's 50 something pages. I have not read all of them. My eyes are under enough strain after today. I did a lot on the computer today. So I had a quick scan through it. Seemingly there's going to be resilience exercises for the general population. They're going to improve conditions for the armed forces, which if you've seen some of the armed forces housing is not before time. But it's basically it's a standard government issue document saying we need to be careful of this and careful of that. We need to look at this. We need to improve this and get better at that, without actually saying the details. Now, I can kind of understand that because it's supposed to be the security strategy, but it's the first time in my lifetime, anyway, that there has been this sort of announcement to the general population that I remember anyway. Not quite sure what we're supposed to take from it. The mainstream media are like, there's this announcement, we're going to have to prepare for, conflict on in our home country sort of thing, in our homeland. This is all big stuff, etc. Now, not being funny, unless you've buried your head in a sand pit somewhere, it's things are a bit iffy at the moment worldwide. So the best thing that we're probably all doing is preparing, which is part of my thing with I'm running down my preps just now so that I can get fresh preps, because I think I'm going to have to up my preps. So by the end of the next week or so, the freezer will be almost empty. I will have rearranged the cupboards. I will have a list of what we need, etc. But it strikes me as strange that there's this big security strategy announcement, and it says that there's going to be resilience training, etc., for communities or for people who are involved in communities. Now, I'm pretty sure I tried to join one of those groups online, and it took them about 6 months to tell me that I wasn't entitled to join because I was just a person. I wasn't part of a community group, etc., etc. So, yeah, that's a bit strange. And there's going to be a lot of people, especially in rural areas, who there isn't particularly a resilience group or a community group. I know that one of my local towns, they had a resilience sort of thing. It was mainly for weather, basically because of, I think it was one year when the motorway was snowed in, and they're like, you're quite close to the motorway. What we want you to do is set up a committee that if that happens, you can open up the town hall and people can come out their cars and they'll have somewhere warm to go. You can give them some food, etc. And it started up in a few of the towns along the A9, and certainly one of the towns I know of, I think it lasted for about 6 months or something, and then they're like, nobody can be bothered doing this, it's too much effort. So, yeah, I'll just have my little community group here, thank you very much. Between us, I think we do a pretty good job of helping each other out and doing stuff and things. So, yeah. But that's my thing today, is that this, all the headlines are like, oh, we need to prepare for this, we need to The government's warning us about the. Yep, yep. I think we can all see that on the telly with the news. I think anyone who is online knows that things are changing, knows that there's threats there, knows how easy it is to, cause problems. I mean, all you have to do is look at some of the postings online, and it's, different people have different opinions, etc., etc. But as I say, this is the first time I've seen this in my adult lifetime that I can remember. So, yeah, watch this space, see what happens. But as I say, a quick scan of the document, it was a lot of words saying the same things that we've heard. We need to reduce immigration, we need to improve the economy, we need to improve the armed forces. It's nothing that hasn't been said already. So yeah, that's my thing for this evening. Hello, pussycat. Raven has come down to see us. She obviously heard me speaking and has now decided she wants out. So I shall go and put kettle on, let the cat out, and I will catch you later. I see you, baby. Yes, I do.